Hey, what's up, everybody? The precious metals are getting an old-fashioned beatdown. More so silver than all the other precious metals, but nonetheless, all the precious metals on this July the 25th, 2024, they are all in the red. I will be discussing the prices of all the precious metals and what are some of the reasons why we are seeing a beatdown, not just in the precious metal markets, but also the stock markets. The crypto markets are getting a major beatdown today as well. Why is that? We're going to get into it on this video today. Please consider hitting that thumbs up button on the video and let me know any thoughts, opinions you may have in that comment section below. Let's start off this video with the prices of the precious metals. And let's start with silver, because silver by far is getting beat down as of the recording of this video, getting beat down by the most. And this is a beat down. There's no way to sugarcoat this. Now, by the time I edit and publish this video, and by the time you're actually watching this video, maybe these prices will be slightly different or even very much different. Maybe they'll be further in the red, or maybe a slight comeback, maybe even possibly in the green. Who knows what will transpire throughout the day today. As you're watching this video, let me know, what is the price of silver, the price of gold, all the other precious metals. But silver has made a little bit of a comeback before I started recording this video, because a little earlier in the morning, silver was down by over 5%. That's right, over 5%. Silver right now, as I'm recording this video, is down just slightly over 4% and is down 4.07%, or down $1.17 to $27. You heard me right, $27. It was not too long ago when silver was actually over $30 spot price, but right now $27.78. Gold also is under $2,400. Gold is down 1.35%, or down $32.40 to $2,364.90. Platinum is down 1.69%, down $16 to $943. And palladium is down 1.11%, or down $10 to $934. And rhodium, well, rhodium, there's no change. Rhodium is not down or up. Rhodium is at $4,925. Before we get to some of the news on the day and some of the possible reasons for why the precious metals and silver is taking a major beating today, let's discuss what will be happening 6 days, 3 hours from the recording of this video, and that is the start of that 2-day FOMC meeting that concludes on July the 31st, 2024. And on that day, at approximately on July the 31st, 2024, at approximately 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Jerome Powell will yet again, as he has done many, many times over the last couple of years, walks up to that podium and announces his next plan, his next move for the federal funds interest rate. What will that move be? What will that decision be? What will he do on July the 31st? Will he make a surprise cut? Will he leave interest rates unchanged? Let's discuss what the CME Group FedWatch tool is saying. Now, this has changed many, many times over the last several months. If you remember, just back to March, April, a lot of people thought he was going to make the first cut in June. I believe the possibility, according to the CME Group FedWatch tool, was up to about 70% possibility that he was going to cut by 0.25% in June. Well, of course, that didn't happen. But right now, the possibility, according to the CME Group FedWatch tool, is 93.3% possibility that rates will remain unchanged. Now, I've heard several analysts say that they think that he could do a surprise cut in July. But there was also another analyst who thought just about a month or two ago that he was still going to cut 4 or 5 times in 2024. Unbelievable. But 93.3% possibility as of right now that rates will remain unchanged. Now, that did change from yesterday, because yesterday it was, I believe, 97% possibility that rates were going to remain unchanged. So this is changing, and changing sometimes very rapidly. Now, September is going to be what's the popular opinion. I have no idea. I'm not making any predictions about when he's going to start cutting, but the popular opinion, for one reason or another, one reason is because of the 2024 presidential election that's coming up on November the 5th. After September the 18th, the next decision isn't coming until November the 7th. So that means if they're going to cut before the presidential election this year on November the 5th, they have to do it on September the 18th. Will he do it on September the 18th? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. However, the CME Group FedWatch tool is saying that there's a 85.8% possibility that rates will remain unchanged, believe it or not. Speaking of things changing rapidly and these numbers changing rapidly, just a few moments ago when I was discussing the possibilities according to the CME Group FedWatch tool of what Jerome Powell will do on July the 31st, it was 93.3%, if I remember correctly, of rates remaining unchanged. And just over the last few seconds, it changed from 93.3% possibility of rates remaining unchanged to 91.2%. So that's about a 2% difference from just a few moments ago. So these numbers, this data is changing. And now, according to the CME Group FedWatch tool, there's an 85.7% possibility that rates will remain unchanged. So it'll be very interesting to watch what this is showing over the next several days. Will there be any cuts in July? Will there be a cut in September? Will there be any cuts this year in 2024? Again, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea, but let me know your predictions. If you would like to give a prediction, let me know your thoughts in that comment section below. I don't like making predictions on this channel because I don't know what's going through the mind of Jerome Powell. I have no idea. It's hard to predict. I don't like to predict it, so I just will not. I will let the experts, the so-called experts, the so-called analysts, people who are smarter than I am, I'll let them make all those predictions, because usually in a prediction, more times than not, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. And sometimes these so-called experts, sometimes they are on the right side of their predictions, but usually, typically, not so much. So I try to shy away from giving many predictions on this channel. Now, I would like to reference an article on Kitco News by Jim Wyckoff. And by the way, if you haven't already, please take a moment to hit that thumbs up button, that like button on this video. It says gold and silver prices are trading sharply lower in early U.S. trading Thursday, as worries about lessening global demand for metals on this day trumping any safe haven demand bids amid keener risk aversion in the marketplace at present. Gold prices hit a more than 2-week low, and silver dropped to a 2.5-month low. Heavy profit taking and week-long liquidations from future traders are featured. Gold was down, Well, we're not going to talk about the prices of the precious metals according to this article, because we already touched on that earlier in the video, and probably touch a little bit on that as I'm ending this video, real-time prices as I'm recording the video, but it says the just released advanced second quarter GDP report showed a rise of 2.8% year on year, which is better than the rise of 2.1% in the consensus forecast. The stronger report likely eliminates the talk in the marketplace that the Federal Reserve could cut U.S. interest rates at the next week's FOMC meeting. Today's report did add a little bit more selling pressure to the gold and silver markets. China's central bank Thursday unexpectedly cut its one-year lending facility rate by 0.2% to 2.30% days after reducing another key short-term rate. There are growing worries the world's second largest economy is seriously listing. That's weighing on marketplace sentiment, including the metals from a weak demand perspective. Traders now await Friday's U.S. personal income and outlays report, including its inflation indicators. Asian and European stock indexes were mostly lower overnight, following the rout in the U.S. stock market Wednesday that pushed the S&P 500 and NASDAQ indexes to 5-week lows. Risk aversion in the marketplace is keener. Late this week, U.S. stock indexes are pointed towards near steady openings when the New York Day session begins. Downbeat earnings report from Tesla and Alphabet are weighing on stock traders/investors' sentiment. Reads a barren headline today. NASDAQ sells off. Fed rate outlook. Recession fears indicate a market pivot. Trade Nations Angus Campbell writes this morning in an email dispatch, so where has the money gone? Not into mid-caps. The Russell 200 lost over 2%. Gold and silver? No, both were rinsed overnight. Cryptos? Not this time. Bonds? Bingo. Treasury yields have dropped significantly as investors rush for safety. And even though yesterday's equity sell-off simply blew more froth off a very frothy market, there are already calls that the Fed must do something, such as cutting rates at the next FOMC meeting rather than waiting until September. And we're going to end that there. And there you have it, where they're already speculating, hoping, wishing. You know what they say, you can wish in one hand and do something else in the other. What will the Fed do on July the 31st? Again, I'm not giving you any predictions because I don't know what the Fed is going to do. I don't know what's going through the mind of Jerome Powell and the other FOMC members. But if you would like to give your prediction in the comment section below, feel free to. What do you think? What do you think about the falling gold and silver prices? What do you think the Federal Reserve will do on July the 31st? What do you think Jerome Powell will say? I always say it. It's not so much what he does on the day of what his decision will be, but this one could matter a little bit more if he decides to throw in a surprise cut. Will he? I don't know. But also, what is he going to say about September? What is he going to say even if he leaves rates unchanged? What will he say going forward about the possibility of that September rate cut? And then he could always say, like he does more times than not, data dependent, rates higher for longer, which is typically what he says at most of these meetings. and that is data dependent, leaving people guessing, leaving markets guessing, leaving uncertainty in the markets. And we all know how much the markets love uncertainty, leaving the markets to guess, and that leaves analysts and other people left out there to speculate what is going to happen. Let's conclude this video. And by the way, nothing in this video, everything in this video is just my opinion, just trying to give you some of the news, updated prices of the day. Of course, nothing in this video or any of my videos is financial advice, but let's conclude this video with the current spot prices of the precious metals, ending this video. And it looks like silver has made a tiny bit of a comeback from when I started this video. Silver, and by the way, let me know in that comment section below, where is the prices of the precious metals? What is silver at as you're watching this video? Maybe it turns into the green, who knows? But currently, silver, as of recording this video, is down 3.43%. About a 2% swing from where it was way earlier in the morning, being down over 5%, but it is down 99 cents. Silver's down 99 cents to $27.97. Gold is down 1.33%, or down $31.80 to $2,365.50. Platinum is down 1.37%, or down $13 to $946. And palladium is down 0.66%, down $6 to $938. In my opinion, things are breaking in the economy, breaking in individual households. I read a report, I believe it was yesterday, that credit card debt once again is skyrocketing. Credit card debt skyrocketing in individual households, which in my opinion is very, very unfortunate. For those of you who've been watching my channel for a long time, I speak about it often on this channel. I hate debt. I hate credit card debt. I hate all debt, but especially I despise credit card debt. And unfortunately, with the raising of the interest rates higher for longer, as Jerome Powell often says, rates higher for longer, unfortunately, is hurting a lot of people, and it is having an impact on people's daily lives, unable to afford due to inflation, unable to afford a lot of things that were cheaper 4 years ago are not as cheap today. Inflation off the rails, hurting a lot of people at the grocery store, the goods and services that we all have to buy every single day just to survive. That's my opinion. Let me know your opinion, your thoughts, your opinions in the comment section below. I do appreciate everybody for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I do hope you found this video somewhat entertaining, enjoyable, and informative. If you did, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on the video. And let me know your thoughts, your opinions in that comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Oh, and by the way, what is the price of silver as you're watching this video? Thanks a lot, everyone.